We are back with another exciting episode for you all. Now his attention turned west, towards the formidable Khwarezmian Empire, a vast and wealthy Muslim state spanning Central Asia and Persia. Their clash would redefine warfare. Genghis Khan sent envoys demanding justice, but the Khwarezmian Shah Muhammad II executed the envoys. They employed brilliant diversionary tactics and multi-pronged assaults, often bypassing strong points to strike at unexpected targets, sowing confusion. Our story today is one of betrayal, vengeance, and unfathomable cruelty. Join us as we delve into the chilling details of the Great Khwarezmian War, where Genghis Khan's thirst for retribution led to the near annihilation of an empire. Genghis Khan knew that the Khwarezmians would likely retreat into their fortified towns, and he was prepared for that. The second group, under the legendary Bachu Khan, was charged with hunting down and eliminating any resistance along their path. No rebel would be safe, no village would be spared. And finally, the third detachment was responsible for securing the rear of the Mongol army, ensuring that their supply lines remained safe. With such meticulous planning, Genghis Khan's army was ready to descend upon the Khwarezmian Empire. The Mongol infantry charged through the opening, battling hand-to-hand with the Khwarezmians. Traitors' blood stained the ground around the tower. The Mongol cavalry, it seemed as though no city, no matter how fortified, could withstand the Mongol onslaught. Known for his strategic brilliance, rode with the speed and precision of a hawk. Every move he made was calculated, every battle a masterpiece of strategy. Subutai, on the other hand, was the embodiment of relentless pursuit. His troops moved like a pack of wolves, never giving their prey a moment's rest. Once the city fell, desperately trying to evade his pursuers, fled through the vast landscapes. The Great Khwarezmian War serves as a stark reminder of this. Khan's relentless campaign resulted in the deaths of millions, entire cities wiped out, and countless others brought to their knees. Always looking over his shoulder, he was a brilliant military strategist, a visionary leader, and a shrewd diplomat. Under his rule, the Mongols, once a collection of warring tribes, became a unified force, forging a common identity out of what was once chaos. Always fearing the next Mongol ambush, he studied his opponents, understanding their strengths and weaknesses and exploiting them to his advantage. If you liked this video, make sure to give us a big thumbs up and don't forget to stay tuned for more amazing stories from history. The Khwarezmian Empire, with its wealth and advanced urban centers, seemed invincible, but Khan saw through their defenses, using tactics that were as diverse as the landscapes they traversed. Genghis Khan's pursuit of justice led him to the brink of destroying an empire. But what does this tale tell us about ourselves? The Great Khwarezmian War wasn't just about military might. It was about Khan's insatiable curiosity and his desire to understand the world around him. He appointed non-Mongols to positions of power, valuing competence over loyalty. The war wasn't personal, it was strategic. Khan wasn't fueled by hatred, but by a desire for control and order. About our capacity for both unimaginable cruelty and unparalleled ambition, we witness a military genius at work, a leader who united tribes, a conqueror who built an empire on adaptability and respect. But there was no escape. Jebe and Subutai were closing in, but his story transcends history, reminding us of the boundless potential of the human spirit and the complexities of the men and women who have shaped our world. Whether it was across open plains or through rugged mountains, the Mongols were everywhere. The Mongols showed no mercy. If building a new base from which to resist the Mongols was shattered, every city he approached was a graveyard of his hopes. Genghis Khan had struck at the heart of an empire, breaking it beyond repair. He had shown that no matter how vast or fortified an empire was, it could crumble before his relentless horde. By the time Jebe and Subutai cornered him, the Shah wasn't just a hunted animal. He was a broken leader. Homes were burnt, crops were destroyed. The Mongol Empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, a feat unmatched in history. And at the center of it all stood Genghis Khan, the unifier of the Mongols. His rise from humble beginnings to becoming the founder of the largest contiguous land-based empire in history is nothing short of legendary. But what truly sets Khan apart is the sheer scale and brutality of his conquests. The conqueror of empires, and the cities were left in ruins. The devastation wasn't just physical, it was psychological, quick and deadly, swept through the town, executing all who couldn't flee or hide. Even the women and children were not spared. This audacious act was an unforgivable insult. Genghis Khan was enraged. A gruesome spectacle awaited. The governor was made to kneel while molten silver was poured into his open eyes. His screams echoed through the city, a chilling testament to the Mongols' brutality. Men, women, children, all were taken to serve either as forced labor or worse. Throughout the empire, fear replaced hope and submission became the only option. Yet despite the crushing defeats, the Khwarezmians kept trying to regroup, to stand against the Mongol tide. With Otrar's fall, the Khwarezmians' ruler, who believed that by fleeing, he could save himself and rally his people. But the Mongols were already on his trail. Two of Genghis Khan's most brilliant generals, Jebe and Subutai, were hot on the Shah's heels. The Khwarezmians scattered. Some fled to Bukhara, others to Samarkand, hoping the great cities would offer sanctuary. But the Mongols were relentless. Nalhuk, the man responsible for the war, was taken before Genghis Khan. Khan's eyes burned with cold fury as he confronted the trembling governor. Genghis Khan's message was clear: justice for his slain messengers. City after city fell under the Mongol onslaught, but perhaps none suffered the fate of Otrar. But Genghis Khan had other plans. His army, undeterred by the daunting terrain, dug a canal around the city, diverting the nearby Sir Darya River. As the waters rose, Otrar became an island. The Mongols, however, were ready for this twist. They built a causeway, allowing their infantry and heavy cavalry to cross over and lay siege to the city. The governor of Otrar, in Alkuk, thinking he could hold out, shut the city gates against the approaching Mongol hordes. What he didn't realize was that he was playing into Genghis Khan's hands. He saw it as a declaration of war and vowed to unleash the full, devastating power of his newly forged empire upon the Khwarezmians. The Khwarezmians inside the city grew desperate. Food ran low, tensions rose, and surrender seemed imminent. Swords clashed, arrows flew, and the air filled with the sounds of battle. The Mongols pushed relentlessly, driven by Genghis Khan's vision of total domination. Yet Otrar held firm. That was until the Mongol sappers, hidden from view, completed their task. The breach was ready. Meanwhile, Genghis Khan was in no hurry. He had brought a siege tower with him, a massive structure designed to break through Otrar's tall walls. Initially, Genghis Khan sought trade relations. However, the governor of Otrar, in Alkuk, massacred a Mongol trade caravan. He rallied his warriors, preparing to lead them against the Khwarezmian Empire. His Mongol horde, a force of over 100,000 riders, was ready to march. This army wasn't just a collection of warriors. It was a well-oiled machine of logistics and strategy. Each soldier was trained in multiple combat styles, making them versatile and efficient fighters. Their ranks included elite cavalry archers, disciplined infantry, and even specialized sappers and engineers. In 1219, a Mongol army of over 100,000 launched their invasion. He wanted not just victory, he wanted retribution. Khan's directive was clear: show no mercy. The Khwarezmians, known for their wealth and advanced urban planning, seemed like an easy target. Yet Genghis Khan respected their strength and prepared accordingly. He divided his army into 3 formidable groups, each under the command of his most trusted generals. Let's start today's story. When news of the massacre reached Genghis Khan, his fury knew no bounds. As the Mongol army prepared for battle, Genghis Khan issued orders that chilled his enemies to the bone. The first contingent, a massive force in itself, was tasked with the crucial role of besieging cities. The Mongol army's invasion began with lightning speed. As they surged forward, the Khwarezmian Empire reeled from surprise attack to surprise attack. Surrounded by water on 3 sides, Otrar seemed like an impregnable fortress. For weeks, Otrar resisted. But how long can a city survive when it's completely surrounded by water? When the tower was raised, the Mongols assaulted the city in full force. With a roar of triumph, after the city's fall, and what a justice it was, under the leadership of Genghis Khan and his trusted generals, the Mongol armies marched from city to city, each one falling faster than the last. The Mongols took captives from every city they encountered. Among them was Shah Muhammad II, Jebe, the Shah's dream of finding refuge. The Mongol victory was not just a military triumph, it was a complete dismantling of the Khwarezmian Empire. Yet amidst the ruins of the Khwarezmians, there emerged a new power. Genghis Khan's story has captivated the world for centuries. He is often portrayed as a ruthless dictator, a man who cared little for human life and whose thirst for power knew no bounds. But to understand Genghis Khan, we must look beyond the blood and fire. The secret of the Mongols' success lay in Khan's ability to learn and adapt. Whether it was the use of siege warfare, the exploitation of local rivalries, or the simple brilliance of riding across rivers to divert their flow, the Mongols left no room for chance. Despite his reputation for mercilessness, Khan was known to treat those who submitted peacefully with fairness and respect. Today, as we look back at the Great Khwarezmian War, we see a conflict that reshaped not just Central Asia, but the entire Eurasian landmass. Genghis Khan may have been a product of his time, a ruler who wielded power with an iron fist. What do you think of Genghis Khan's strategies and tactics? Let us know in the comments below.